Honorable member, nokure, your friend say nokure. A dear na a bag mua, is ye charm in a cra, also be kind of cray.
Yo, medasi. I'm say nokure, baby Annika, but utmi counsel, Emma, Bibinia utmida. If we say a tronim, contumponim. Obia utwa contumpono. Kodana wonso. Oda wona, if we say ofu say, asema wakaye no. Obi ebe challenge na say obi kosiu na odene kokot. Ba me me kan sem ni wie. Na ba say odene kokot kra me evidence. Me momi tirimu enkasem abra anyhow. Why I do that is on say we are say a nipa reputation is hard to build. So you just don't take a second to destroy somebody's reputation. Enunti, we are very careful to come out with information. Information I'm never out. O challenge me. The more and never I'm not embarrassed. And now, so you're a politician. It's hard everywhere in the world. O can creep here now when you're a harmful anyway. But I read one philosopher was saying, any leader who is not criticized by some of his people means he's not doing something right. So long as you criticize people, almost status quo, to the advantage. They will be your enemies. And they will start talking about you. But Bible now actually say, I don't see the need to lie. I could chatro at so. And why?
See, at what point they want to say, no correct can we and fast dear be also.
Say, over the years, politics, me bemo, America, Trodi. I learned that. But me and I'm Subanti, and I'm going to share them. And over the years, Oshe and someone media back out. Any day we are beginning a month for Dimatem. Now, and so I stood my grounds. And eventually, almost every case, now issue am raising beyond. It has come to pass no credit. The ama Ghana for believe in me. Can Agyapong
because me get close to you. In fact, October 2023 is exactly 20 years. I may get close to you. Say, me kai, and me also be kai there. Adum FS, Adum FM. Na studios anymore. Na me ne wonu for Swampofo, former chairman of NDC. Na ye did dokono. And now you can't say
on weekends. Fridays,
Fridays.
Program.
On that Friday, I did dokono. And then you come home same near. Then you stood before Swampofo. And then I catch and says, "Aqua we say, or two more quarter London, Suya dear, and what the about say, so be on money. I can't home same near. Brandy would name me say, as one would dim me who dance at you for Swampofo say, Minyenipa Bonini. That is exactly 20 years ago. Na sa 20 years no be sin no dia catch me and say 10 bia no me nimu closely no me say who that passion to do something, who that passion to tell the truth. And at times I try to understand you dientia ema wo ye sa unia very I mean different no since 20 years here me di nimu no e bia of a president of president I don't know sister no of president.
Jesus Sanu. One day, menene kunto kwana me offer bi kodinage. In fact, mabusu ya fokra anyade. Enra, eno beka jense me offer ne wo o ekremudi. Anze mabusu ya ne bi ekremu ne bi ye. A friend is Sedu.
Kremo Sedu.
Yeah. Wo wu a wo man kan kire. Mr. Father we wo mu ba ya. Son number one, I say, what? Me meet your museum. Papa ne free mo man can't me offer, you know. Sa me offer no na, my name is Sister Koye. Or Bebomia, na me catch and say, oh, one day, my president, my chimu
At that time.
Yes.
One day, Mayor President,
everything that they be have, sister from Mr. President, Mr. President.
Oh, now I
can
appreciate. Who the president?
One day, Mayor President,
and that's why your president, who any baby about you, Magum.
Oh, no. You see, we are going to say, Ubachichinko for Amra Wama and Branya Jumadia. What by no anchor. But Obi Amrabedinu be here. The law must deal with you. And oh dear, I'll stay away.
It's not just a sad time wafa eba wufri say ofa ejna eye Betty China can say one day mayor president mechimu nyina gumo. And then the can why we need that realization say be president.
You know, I don't know. Maybe it's a gift. Bibi amede man no be can be answer yeho. Mami cancer semba.
Come on, Mr. Namin, some can be so much wasre.
Me catch re. Me mami say me. Ada me wuo no. Me ma agbefo besu, enkranfo besu, esrimfo besu, asantefo besu.
Esuni frafrem.
Ade in fact, and you believe it say unconsciously it has happened.
Unconsciously it has happened.
It has happened. Me wa agbefo be bobo. Asante for the bad doa, you know. She said, "I'm the diagram." And so it has come to.
And you want to know one kayo? Been a mad one cancer.
Now we are ye ballot. Me number 8 first. Let's just say nipa 10. One I obey. Over toss 8 I would be. First person, second, third. Me 1. Number 1. Give me back you know. I'm psychiatric me say. The second one's me 1. Now my busy, baby. And our friends say, but who can say one kasa na mekwa koyi? Na be intime mo bia. Na masomo obi so onkoye. E wa nam chai. And I'm call.
Remind you.
Yeah. E kwensu me 1.
Now can I say if you so catch them say, we beat Alan.
Yeah, I told you.
Why more be a deal? No quantity na boy.
Yeah.
And I catch them say, me beat Alan.
Yeah.
And then I'm a cancer.
Sir, or no fair campaign, me fair campaign. Others no na oma could one side, Eddie ehu ashe womu. Enti we ya ehu ni sika ni influence no. Definitely he was going to win, but many Allah no there. Osha the popularity on the ground. Alan has been in the system for a long time, but the Drew Bedino, I say, he kept quiet and was silent. Enti enkolano bebria omanyini ebi ano me 12 years 8 years ni na oto aba obi ano 10. They say President Kufuor Abreso 2008 ebepem 2023 will give you about 15 years. The obi odi 25 that time we did 10. Ya ka alano na onimo no. So because I stay away from the system, I hear quiet in a lot of them don't know him. And I mean consistently, I've been a member of parliament. Probably Honorable Allah mistake when he say one so anchor member of parliament. So and make a constant appearance on radio, media, whether good or controversial. The young ones that were very young, now Oma matured,
and with loyalty to a President of the Republic, Nana Akufo-Addo, unmatched. And now respect to Alan, unmatched. If you recall, say Menewo Neno Tnase, now can't say senior. Say Nana do ni what dear, me support. and Nanado or what they are, me support Nanado.
Yeah.
That loyalty to Nanado and respect to Alano, who explaining the same.
Yeah, you see, and only no crana or can it be? Me, let me tell you why I supported Nanado that time, and I had challenges somewhere. I always listen to the masses, what they want. They tell me what they want. If what the masses are saying, and the Bama party number power, I'll support you. In 2007, 2008, everybody said the masses were supporting Nana Akufo-Addo. So I had to listen to them and give them what they want. What you say? But that doesn't negate the fact that Alan is also a senior man to me, and oyenipa bi a obu no ho ontimi nkasa nanim by heart. And now osa yem senior ewo Adisado College.
Santa Clausian.
Whether you like it or not, Adisco boys behave like Ku Klux Klan. I'll tell you the truth. You dare not criticize your fellow Santa Clausian. Or yeah, them, but going out there to criticize Unia, and I think say Adisco guys will not take it kindly. And now, my brother Kitwa no the opokuare
Tatachi.
But you know,
Tasakwa.
Adisco as a gift be said that no matter the age, Sawushia Mr. Dr. Sam Jonah. Now, all those years of Koania Mai, Oshiauna Yaka Adisco Sama, they were on Ube Diagro as if sending classmate in one. What do you say? And my one Casacriano, so who now coca unuya be once and more. I revere Alan because of his personality and, of course, a Santa Clausian. Why not? What do you say? At that moment, in 2007, Ghana for changing no pen. Almost say, what didn't go well today? Let me tell you, Alan's side, say that time. Now, President Kufuor free Ashanti region and obey president. So, the others were saying so. Let's spread it. And they say, Nanado, watch your party move free Eastern region. Yen Fama Nana, because of free Eastern region. And Nakuku drew near. And people bought into it. So, and no account affected Alan that time. Immediately, I was listening to the grassroots, the voice, majority, Niano Moka, into the Mami. But I will always give respect to a Santa Clausian.
Oh, okay. It's not young one. So Koshian will quote na stand at attention as a kid and then mention. Senior.
Yes, sir.
You're a great man. If you respect any loyalty, they're now value, they're now cherishing.
Both, but loyalty first. You maybe you you don't need him to be a. But say Obia, only not nasi, atun sedidi, a mwebi odia mano. Na a drew time also on to show love. No but done a chiamount. Say sabi, a beer, position where I may walk. Enti menti me and support because me kokasa me support pa e be yimeti. But that's a lie. It's even a lie because Osha President Akufo-Addo, Osha Amewu Peter supporting Alan, Osha Abna Osei supporting Alan. President Akufo-Addo on Saki Obia. So if you give me excuse, although I know there are intimidations, but these two people, Amabomdi, have been bold to say, a crime be so omo ne Alan Tientino, omo to me, and yet near Nipebi Eka. So I expect Meso Mindam Fufua, I've killed myself for them. And unti and the NPP to make the 10 sins of Agyapong, or in defense of the party and some personalities in the party. Now, Emredru now so media me per se, any panu to me catch it say, and nam the obedient on to me and support to her. So,
Bakuya, a case or mouse support. Kumasina Nukushi says a quadra so baby, Mabijina one when near bre, says any pass me say more china bosono, Unimua boy ye, Unimua boy ye. Me and I'm 7% there, Obechu will be a boss. 2008 was it? Time I board in radio so midday news. Sir Dr. Mama de Baumia and Yayino as the running mate to Nana Danko Kufuado. I'm a best of parliament. Na you went ballistic. Na Kasabi said na any penny party mo. Dear the tutu ma yes adiano.
I thought say catch them say, and I should come and talk about my vision. But I will still answer you. I'm not afraid. Na enkomobi akoso tienye. And a very good question you've asked because they want to sacrifice Agyapong. Na enkomobi akoso our London Claridge's Hotel. Enkomono as a ministro Kofi Bewa a witness.
The late Kofi Bewa.
Yeah, the late Kofi Bewa. Joe Forcing a witness.
What yes.
Enkomono a course and say, oh, Mummy Uncle Pe Cremonia or ye penini. Now on pair Nana Akufo-Addo. Just after the meeting, 3 days, me bedroom, me organa, na me publication. All the pictures I saw were young Muslims and not a single elderly man among them. To be honest with you, na me nim vice president that time. That is why I posed the question. 92 Pacha said, party no more dear chile no ano. Ubia Muslim be any ma ye penny obeti me pay. And to tell you the truth, based on the conversation of course or London Claridge's and my focus your attention on Alaji Jaula.
MMD Jarula.
Yeah, on Nani and Kasa, then all of a sudden the shock came. Say, list of you. So I begin to digest it and made those comments.
Okay. The episode president.
Very simple. I want to effect change in people's lives. Yes. I have done it to some limit. But me feel said if I'm giving the nod as the president of this country, I will be able to do more. You hear me say enipa abrabom ebedi yie. Nia omaini kono. Me hu say Ghana approach yadi generate revenue and create employment in this country. Wrong. We believe in theory. I believe in pragmatism. I have studied over the years, about 23, 24 years, senior Amambonisi called theory. I think we have to be practical. And this problem that I've identified, and yet unique to only Ghana and the whole Africa. We have leaders who are theorists. And my imagine is look, to reduce unemployment rate in this country, we have to be pragmatic and use our natural resources, our raw materials, arable lands that God has given us to develop ourselves instead of the high dependency ratio on white people or Europeans or foreigners for our survival. I think, yes, sir, we're going to continue to be slaves in our own country. Enti, me per se, yede practical solutions eba. Adakabre. So we say, menkwaji loan, enko biya juma. And the interest on the loan is 35%. Meni India niya Belakwa, a Ken Water, and Belakwa. Belakwa is a foreigner who attracts a loan of 3% or 5%. Ewa ni country ya odiba. Agyapong attracts a loan interest of 30-35%. If Ken Water and Belakwa is you, the cost of production of Agyapong, who took a loan of 35% interest, automatically my cost of production will be way higher than the Belakwa, the foreigner, who took a loan of 5%. What you say? So the finished product, you come market. My product will be more expensive than the foreign. The consumer, who is a Ghanaian, has no choice but to go and buy the cheaper one, based especially on his availability of resources. What you say? The income. Incomes are so low in this country. Prices are so high. So it makes it difficult for Ghanaians even to buy. By refusing to buy certain quantity, Emma or company no a collapse because you cannot even break even. So we need, first of all, when it comes to depreciation of our city, for instance. One, I believe that we have to improve on our exports. So what I say, in your man, you bet me diako amanoni akoton. Enya hum faso. Ama yenya more dollars or pounds. And now euros. Ebe doors wa chain yeni import enyoma ye kraba. What you say? And what we have to do, he said, we have simple like comparative advantage and competitive advantage. We are always better off with comparative advantage. Over the location of where ye enyoma ubetimia ye. What you say? How do you compare another country? You have a product line of about 30. But where you have the comparative advantage because of location, I bet you my prices above from there, You stress on those, So that will reflect on the competitive advantage because of comparative advantage, locality, and accessibility to raw materials and all those things, What to compare other countries now? What do you know? Cheaper. Because you'll be able to produce at a cheaper cost, you will now get a competitive advantage in terms of price. So, Agyapong, on go school there. Bring those people here, and with my qualification as PhD, qualified by experience, and I'll teach this PhD economics. Simple.
It is a Agyapong patriotic. Agyapong honest.
I'm not there yet.
Agyapong discipline.
I'm not there yet.
And Osanye experienced person. It's a feno Ghanaian the company. Na foreigner the company. Now we say Ghanaian Ukraino onye competitive towards a foreigner no on the basis say Ghanaian baby onya ni sika free ya odidi dwa or the totu baby a foreigner no so nya ni sika free odidi dwa no a let a Ghanaian wo fom no mu nyina so adidwa o Ghana no o mu nyina so sika bedi o mu nsam a kwan ana ne de betena Ghana ha
Ghana ni no the foreigner will always repatriate the money because he took loans and he has to service the loans over there.
So the loans no come back.
No, all repatriating is a drain on our foreign reserves. And no, and competition, but demand so higher, you begin to offer higher price to get the dollar. And no, that is speculation. So, and also to me, and also kosoro. Say a man for you, and a dollar base say, oh, now man for a panic buy, and also at the kosoro. Into those foreign investments in a they have to repatriate whatever they get, and they don't repatriate it in terms of cities, in terms of dollars. Into that year, demand will exceed supply, and obviously there will be price competition, and people tend to give higher prices so that they get what you are saying. And only one example that I've given you said, even loans, let's use Asia Miracle. Asia Miracle, they say, Korea, Malaysia, Singapore, China, all of them. What they did was, now we know Despite is an entrepreneur. He has a lot of investment. Now, he employs, hypothetically, about 2,000 people. He has challenges. Let's invite Despite to come and tell us. Mukoko,
need fufu. This way chocolate.
This way chocolate. At the end of the year, Ubetimi are expanding now offer more people so that will reduce unemployment rate in this country. Then he tells you, if I'm able to get X number of equipment to what I have, I'll be able to expand the business and employ more people.
At a point to credit, a cocoa no, yamuno, na okrefra brochiri, na ubedru porta, and who no, it became a hindrance at the production level.
Right. So, the senior man and also yetimishe na improve on local production. That is why I'm saying, we're going to use agri mechanization, large-scale farms, so that we get enough yield to process it. Yeah, processing, we export most of the processed products to international market.
Okay. Yani honorable member of parliament for Asene Central and a graduate NPP amanyoko Emma na kwenya no mra me flag bearer na ontimi en mesia kan 2024 emeye Ghana mampanyini yebusa the sentia oso be mampanyini a oso pese osachira enkrofro abrabom kan ben so na wo de sachira mabrabom.
Yeah, first of all, enipa when wonyam at the age of 2022 go nyina when wonyam eye wadwuma. Uni adwuma woni yire. Uni anije. What you say? So we should make sure the youth, I'm coming for the youth of this country. I feel so guilty. Say me mabe 79 every university in America. Now obi every university na adwuma is ready. Wo ko ye adwuma. Can Agyapong manu chap for 23 years. Look at unemployment rate. In this country, the youth of this country have no jobs. Why? I feel so guilty. And I think, I have a solution to that. We need to use pragmatic approach. What you say? As a nation, whether you like it or not, we have to give subsidies to farmers. We have to give subsidies to entrepreneurs who are going to set up industries in this country, whether we like it or not. If not, we can never be competitive. So if you are establishing development bank, first of all, let me give you one flaw. You are establishing development bank. It took a loan or grant of $800 million to establish development bank. Why on earth would you now give the money through development bank to commercial banks at 10%? and asking commercial banks to pay 10%, they have to increase the rate so that they can also pay the 10%. By so doing, initially they said 8% straight from development bank. Now it's 10. If it goes to the commercial, between 13 and 14, that alone, the increment is, or the difference, is 6.
Yes.
It means the cost of borrowing still becomes high. And it's a defeatist approach right there for what development bank did. A lazy approach in the sense that they don't want to take risk. So they are shifting the risk, the burden of, to the commercial banks. For the commercial banks,
innovation.
For the commercial banks to make sure they stay in business and able to pay the development bank, they have to increase it to between 12 and 14. So what have you done? The cost of borrowing is still high. Now, there are so many things we can do.
Once again, what say upesa was such that obepuno abrabum.
Yes.
Enti odi wo ma awi America na omo wo madwuma biye. Crime be so na wo farmer the Ghanaian youth no a Kennedy ba ma no. Ebe obenya gidie bibi tato.
Yeah. First, I'll use tourism. Second, agri mechanization and agro processing. Third, technology. Fourth, engineering. These are the 4 areas I'm going to use to create employment for the youth of this country. Before I tackle these 4, now you are jumping the gun. I'll use 3 pillars: patriotism, honesty, and discipline.
PhD, no?
Yes. Patriotism. Of late, I've come to realize that Ghana for crying no mind. We become so selfish and greedy, say. Nia obia benya konifie ene ne yire ne ma anani kun ne ma bedi nko an odwene ho. Say Ghana ni ye yodie. I'm sorry. Nobody cares about it. We're going to use this 3 approach first by changing the mindset of Ghanaians. So there, Ephraim Amamu enyum no hanka mo
General assassin
na muntie ensem no a ewom. A stronger than national anthem. Mama yentie Ephraim Amamu General assassin.
Kotokrani na di ebra mu dem.
Ote kotokrani ase.
Kotokrani di ebra mu dem.
Yes.
And nunti na wo to sa anwumi so man ye be ye ana.
So, we should begin to sing these heroic songs to conscientize if yanim painful the youth that are coming to love their country, take their country as theirs. Let Ghana be yours. And don't think Ghana is for somebody. Mawu say Ghana unni baby akọ. O my Ghana no ye yi a e na so be ye yi. Na se wanku ukoye peseminkuminya se ukofa Ghana nioma nyina. Enya dia Ghana impuntuo ebe yi.
America akwotena ye no.
Yeah.
Ghana ni betimi afri Ghana kodu America catch America ni say America ni akola say me nkan mom ni nkobu American government ana.
Hell no.
But America ni ba Ghana obetimi catch Ghana ni brand say yenkobu Ghana government ana.
Yes, it's because of your mindset. Now, you see, what Ghanaians and Africans don't know, is any white investors are ever. They do research and know every company in the bed dealing. What you say? Into your bank, on weak point. So, on the negotiation table, he starts from your weakness and hammer it to make you look so weak the more. So that he can get what he wants from you.
It is still on the youth. Dear Agyapong, they bring
the youth, I have to create jobs for them. 1, Ebimba go into tourism. Ebimba go into agri. Ebimba go into IT. We need to develop our own softwares, hardwares, and also sell to the rest of the world.
Patrick, so be man to march, and Kennedy, what be a jumada?
Oh, what a question. Adakabre. You know it. Say, Ghana ha. Politician be anywhere. Also employ Ghana for HMA. I have so many businesses and they are there for you to see. When you be in your media, and first come into na me be more no. Won't ya okay can we anywhere you brought for you now. Who knew more media now will be back 2,000 CDs. 2,000 CDs. What? I don't think I'm the major go. And I'm going here on Man FM. Ne two crowd in a bobo. I share from Granesica woman a chain ne two. But I have on Man FM ne two. I share from and Fosu and Sumisawa Bakua. Oh, what do you say? But I know yes, small businesses. I have other big businesses all over the country. And this is me bana me catch you say Adakabre. Mema wadwuma ya Jimidi. If you say at least o say kwatre kwa say obama ntuma atie ni dia. Hwe nipa e contesting nyina. Na hwe at least obi otumi tua nipa 100 akura a month. Some of the contestants aban to your modaka, aban to your security, aban to your house girl, aban to your ankasakwa, aban clothing allowance, everything they get. I rather pay people for them to take care of their family. So these two people, about cheng, ni aban to yanaka, ni a petrol crowd on free, ya the money free. Any will be our top petrol. As a triangle for canons of top petrol. Obi enu wan na ka kire so baby adwuma mo anya bia ya obagine asem sebe what you say in the history of this country, whether you like it or not, I'm the only politician me bemu as a successful businessman. Upemasemo na truth go kill me. That is the gospel truth.